Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Ahead on Primetime, the jury is back after spending 5 days deliberating in the retrial of a man accused of killing his mother. Crystal Paco has the latest from the courtroom. Plus, the CLTC lawyers up after the Justice Department sues the local government for alleged violations of the Fair Housing Act. And we are getting an up-close look at some tools researchers are sending sky high over the next few weeks. We'll tell you what they are up to.
Hafaday and good evening. I'm Valerie Maige.
And I'm Nick Delgado. Well, could we see yet another mistrial in the murder case of a man accused of killing his mother? The defense counsel motioned for that to happen after the jury returned to the courtroom today, but it was immediately denied.
Jurors apparently having a difficult time working through the evidence and coming to a unanimous decision. Crystal Paco joins us from the judiciary of Guam with the latest. Chris?
Hafaday, Val, and Nick, it appears jurors are losing hope when it comes to reaching a unanimous decision in the retrial of accused murderer Alan Agababa. Jurors have spent about a month in this case. That's 3 weeks of hearing testimony from both prosecutors and defense and a week in deliberation. Today marking day 5 of deliberations. Though the jury tried to tell the court today that they couldn't reach a unanimous decision, Judge Michael Berdalia ordered that they head back into deliberations and try again.
All of you are equally honest and conscientious jurors who have heard the same evidence. All of you share an equal desire to arrive at a verdict. Each of you should ask yourself whether you should question the correctness of your present position. I remind you that in your deliberations you are to consider the instructions you have been given to you as a whole. You should not single out any part of any instruction, including this one, and ignore the others. They are all equally important. You will now retire and continue your deliberations.
Jurors will return first thing on Monday to continue deliberations. As we've been reporting, this is Agababa's second time to face a jury. The first time he was tried 3 years ago, jurors failed to reach a unanimous decision, rendering a mistrial. Again, Agababa is charged with the aggravated murder of his mother, 55-year-old Shelley Bernstein, who was found dead in her Tamuning apartment.
Thanks, Chris. The Chamorro Land Trust Commission is preparing for a legal showdown with the Justice Department for alleged violations of the Fair Housing Act.
Yeah, the CLTC convening a special meeting Friday where it was announced that the Attorney General will represent them in the landmark case. Nestor Lacanto reports.
In its complaint filed on September 29th, the Justice Department argues that the Land Trust Act discriminates against non-Chamorros and it seeks to stop the CLTC from denying participation in the program based on race or national origin. AG Elizabeth Barrett Anderson told the commission they've known since January that the DOJ planned to challenge the Guam law.
It's not something that's unexpected. And so we've been prepared for this, and we are preparing our answer and preparing to represent the government and the commission.
Passed in 1975, the Land Trust Act gives the CLTC control of 20,000 acres, or about 15% of Guam's landmass. It authorizes residential and agricultural leases to native Chamorros for 99-year terms at $1 per year. CLTC Director Michael Borja says there are currently about 8,000 pending applications, and for now, it's business as usual.
We're doing, working with all our lessees and applicants to continue to receive applications and working with existing lessees on any matters that have to do with compliance and enforcement as well.
A response to the DOJ complaint is due later this month. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lacanto.
Thanks, Nestor. Well, all she asked for is $750. That money, victim Monique Baza says, is to pay for her wedding ring that was never recovered after she was kidnapped and raped by Ray Charles Tatauta Camacho 5 years ago. As reported, Baza was making a quick trip to the bakery when Camacho hid in her back seat and tied her down using her seatbelts. Though she was also robbed of her bank cards, Baza says the banks already replenished the amount that was withdrawn. When asked why she won't be asking more restitution from her attacker, she responded, quote, "I just want to put this to rest." A follow-up hearing is set for November 3rd. Camacho, meanwhile, will serve life behind bars with the possibility of parole after 15 years.
Representing himself for now, attorney Mark Smith advised the court he hasn't secured new legal counsel for his November trial just yet. Smith, who was former legal counsel for the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority, was also a Section 8 landlord. He's accused of concealing his conflict from the feds by transferring his properties to a friend and co-defendant Glenn Wong, who he shared bank accounts with. Though a jury was impaneled and some testimony heard last month, the court declared a mistrial and disqualified Smith's previous attorney, David Lujan, for conflicts. Lujan, like Smith, was a former attorney for Gura and also a Section 8 landlord. Smith told the court on Friday that next month's trial date just isn't feasible as he's seeking off-island counsel and will need to travel to do so. The court granted both defendants motions to travel for work and medical reasons. Smith also advised the court that Lujan may file an ethics complaint related to the case. Trial remains scheduled for November 20th.
An apparent marijuana grow house lands 2 men in prison. 33-year-old Justin Keith Flores and 36-year-old Elliot James Marquez are charged with illegal possession of a Schedule I controlled substance. Flores, who faces family violence charges for a previous case, is also charged with illegal possession of a Schedule II controlled substance, illegal possession of a Schedule I controlled substance with intent to distribute, possession of illegal controlled substance manufacturing, and unlawful possession of explosives. Police executed a search warrant at the Sagada Apartments in Tamuning on Thursday, where they found the indoor marijuana cultivation operation, drug paraphernalia, and fireworks.
A traffic pullover results in one man being caught with drugs. Back in June, 45-year-old Allendale Rada Bernal was operating a motorcycle without a license plate. According to court documents, police observed Bernal was anxious and uneasy, literally trembling. During a pat-down, police reportedly discovered a Ziploc bag concealed in the inner lining of his waistband containing 7 grams of suspected crystal meth. The items tested positive for drugs. Bernal is charged with possession with intent to deliver a Schedule II controlled substance and possession, both as felonies. His bail is set at $10,000.
No additional jail time, but she'll have to pay it all back. Mehalani Cruz was sentenced in federal court this week after pleading guilty to attempted credit union fraud. Earlier this year, Cruz was caught writing bad checks to the bank, the checks totaling over $31,000 and were addressed to Navy Federal Credit Union.
A 21-year-old woman is under arrest after being caught on camera allegedly stealing from her employer. Kayla Janae James Paulino is charged with aggravated retail theft. Court documents state a Kmart employee was caught on the store's video surveillance grabbing several items, including shoes, underwear, nail polish, and body spray. She was then seen stashing them behind a baseboard inside the store. The suspect later put the stolen items inside a box, but was stopped the moment she tried to leave. The stolen items were priced at nearly $600. She was released on a $1,000 performance bond.
GovGuam is keeping itself in check. Take a look at this video our team captured at the Dedito fire station early today. Guam police officers carrying out a drug sweep at the fire station just next door to the Dedito police precinct, but nothing was found. The administration says this is their proactive approach to clean house and get help for those government workers that may be using and abusing drugs. Monthly random drug tests are being done at the fire department as well. Acting Fire Chief Joey Nicholas confirms so far one of his own tested positive this year for using crystal meth.
As the government's fight against drugs presses on, Governor Eddie Calvo issued a special address today taking time to recognize the men and women of Customs and Quarantine and their drug detector dog unit.
The men and women of Customs and Quarantine have this tremendous responsibility of protecting our borders. And in their partnership with federal officials, they have intercepted drugs that otherwise would have ended up on Guam streets and in the hands of one of our people.
Customs is a partner in DOC's Operation Green Vigilance and GPD's Mandania Drug Task Force.
Well, stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
when we face an uncertain path. When we struggle with life's challenges. And when the unexpected happens. It's a beautiful day. We rely on the people we trust. It's a beautiful who we can always count on. And the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, health care that's always there for you.
Activate a new account at IT&E and get double data on the network that gives you more.
It's Hyundai's Kickoff the Savings event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Score big, save big with the all-new redesigned Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. Gain those extra yards with up to 45 miles per gallon highway and an introductory savings of $4,500. Or check out Guam's best offensive line, like a new Accent starting at $11,995, or the new Elantra starting at $16,995. How about the new Tucson starting at $19,995? Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty. It's Hyundai's Kickoff the Savings event at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Welcome back. The Civil Service Commission has denied the latest grievance filed by the Department of Education principal Eleuterio Mesa. But his fight is far from over. Mesa now plans to take his appeal to the Superior Court.
Isa Baza has more.
Middle school principal Eleuterio Mesa lost his latest case before the Civil Service Commission this week. The case is relative to his removal from the position of Assistant Associate Superintendent of Vocational Education last year. The removal followed allegations of misconduct last November.
I mean, I was taken out without any justification. They did an investigation. They didn't find anything.
Deputy Superintendent Joe Sanchez confirms the investigation was completed last year. No adverse action was taken and Mesa was returned to his position as principal of Estombo Middle School. Deputy Superintendent Erica Cruz.
Mr. Mesa wanted the position back as Associate Superintendent of Vocational Education, but the Civil Service ruled in favor of management 5-0. Indicating that the superintendent has the authority to place someone temporarily and remove him or her back to his or her original position. And in this case, Mr. Mesa was a middle school principal and is still a middle school principal.
Meanwhile, Sanchez explained that part of the reason Mesa was placed in that position in the first place was in an effort to resolve a settlement and taxation dispute needed for Mesa's retirement. The issue stems from an over $200,000 settlement Mesa received from the CSC and his claims that he was overtaxed.
CSC has decided that they don't want to get into the issue of tax. That's between me, DOE, and DRT.
Meanwhile, on Tuesday, the Civil Service also dismissed a second grievance filed by Mesa, claiming he was entitled to high school pay while working at JP Torres Success Academy in 2015. Mesa told KUAM he is disappointed with the CSC decision and plans to take the matter to court. We should note Mesa was also reassigned 2 weeks ago.
He's still a middle school principal. However, he has been assigned to the Division of Special Education pending an investigation regarding another matter.
DOE could not disclose the details of the investigation. However, Mesa has been reassigned at least 3 times by the department over the last 2 years due to allegations of misconduct. He is also the individual who brought to light allegations against the superintendent last year. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
Add another one to the docket as another individual comes forward alleging child sexual abuse. The latest one filed by a 23-year-old Agana Heights man who alleges a Capuchin brother sexually molested him when he was around 12 years old. Identified only as JCMP to protect his privacy, the victim alleges when he was an altar boy serving at the Agana Heights church, he was sexually abused by brother Vernon T. Camillas. The alleged crime happened at Camillas' home where he was helping him clean. Like all other victims, the JCMP alleges the Archdiocese knew about the abuse and did nothing about it. To date, more than 100 cases have been filed against the church. Camillas is employed as a teacher for the Department of Education, but has been removed from the classroom.
It just got a little easier for those moving from the CNMI to Guam. Acting Governor Ray Tenorio signed Bill 123 today alongside the measure's author, Senator Will Castro. The bill allows residents of the CNMI who are U.S. citizens and who have held a driver's license for no less than a year to exchange their unexpired CNMI driver's license for a Guam driver's license.
It's going to be a sky-high spectacle within the next few weeks. You may see some unusually large objects making their way across Marine Corps Drive or by the Hagåtña Boat Basin.
But fear not, the balloons are part of the research project conducted by a team from France. Val, you met with them today, and she got the first-hand look at those miniature blimps.
Most Guam residents are familiar with the weather patterns, and the excitement kicks in when we've got sunny skies for a family beach day. But a few friends from France are hoping for a little bit of bad weather, all in the name of science.
We hope to have a tropical cyclone too. But until now it's very quiet on the Northwest Pacific Basin, but we hope to have at least a tropical depression or something to test our system.
Jean-Philippe Duvel is a research director for LMD, a meteorology research agency out of Toulouse, France. The team has been working with local National Weather Service officials for about a year now, with the project soon getting off the ground.
So the aeroclipper will be trapped in the eye of the cyclone at the surface, and it will send in continue and in real time the pressure, the surface pressure in the center of the tropical cyclone, so giving an opportunity to measure in continue the intensity of the cyclone and to see possibly also the rapid intensification of the tropical cyclone that is not possible with satellite measurements.
Duvel, along with others, are on island with the hopes to launch 3 miniature blimps or aeroclippers into a tropical cyclone. He says at the moment there is no real means to take measurements of the surface pressure in a tropical cyclone, particularly in the center. Andre Vargas is also part of the French research team with CNES, the French NASA equivalent. Vargas gave us some technical insight on how the release will take place.
The idea is to have this balloon released in the open sea, and this system has the capacity to be captured by the typhoon without risk of being destructed. So it's a way to have a continuous measurement inside the eye of the cyclone when it works. So the idea is to have a tropical depression or cyclone at 200 and 300 kilometers from here, and to release the balloon with the buoy systems to be captured by the typhoon. And the balloon will stay at the altitude of about 30 meters above the sea.
This is the first time the team has come to Guam, noting it is the most ideal spot in the region after conducting a climatology study.
So you must have wind that is favorable. The aeroclipper is just following the wind. There is no way to direct it. There is no motor or something to direct the aeroclipper.
The team is expected to be on island until the end of the month and hopes their research will provide better forecast models.
The Society for Human Resource Management Guam chapter held their annual conference today at the Dusit-Tani Resort. SHRM President Rose Azuzu Morales discussed this year's theme, Languages of Leadership.
There's many different ways that we interpret the different aspects of leadership. So we wanted to focus and get everyone to start thinking about what does that look like. And although it is HR that is putting this event together, leadership is leadership. It doesn't matter what department you're in, whether you're in HR or not. You can take everything that you're going to learn today and apply it to your everyday function as a leader.
More than 200 people were in attendance at today's event. 2 experts in leadership were keynote speakers at the event: John Decato, the divisional director for the SHRM National Chapter, and Dr. Julie Felker from the University of Michigan.
A new and growing market for Guam to tap into is the millennial traveler. That was one of the topics presented by international business consultant and speaker Barbara Wold at the quarterly meeting of the Guam Visitors Bureau. Wold says millennials are typically free and independent travelers who do a lot of research online about the history and culture of the places they visit.
You've got to sell an experience, not a destination at all any longer. It's the experience that goes along with it. It doesn't make any difference if they're visiting a city in the United States or they're visiting another country. They want to get involved with the local.
Walt says another potential market for Guam is the multi-generational travelers. These are grandparents traveling with their children and grandchildren as a group. She says they typically stay longer and spend more than the average tourist group.
Guam has seen roughly 300 cases of breast cancer over the past year. In light of this, Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio signed a proclamation before an army of advocacy groups this afternoon proclaiming October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Mammograms are the first best step to be able to prevent breast cancer, to be able to get the early detection, to be able to save lives.
And things like smoking cessation, things like exercise, things like taking care of being overweight, those are things that we can do as a community to help make our people healthier.
Guam Medical Society Representative Dr. John Taitano stressed the importance of making healthier choices as well as screening. The annual campaign aims to create awareness about prevention, common symptoms of the disease, and available treatments.
Well, it's a show you don't want to miss, and it's all for a good cause. The Guam Women's Club presents the Hollywood Celebrity Benefits Show. There you'll see multiple lineups, local talent, and others from throughout the community dancing and singing to some of the best Broadway musicals and movies. The show benefits the EMC Cancer Foundation and Autism Community together. It all goes down this Saturday. Tickets are $60. You can get there by 6 p.m., but showtime is 7:30 p.m. at the Loti Hotel Guam Crystal Ballroom.
Aren't you going to be in that show?
I will, me along with some of the other talents here, including Crystal, Chris Malafunction, and Andy Wheeler, so you do want to check it out.
All right.
From the network that brought you up to 3 times more data comes the dawn of a new data. The epic story of Guam's only network brave enough to give 10 free gigs of bonus data on every line every month to customers who bundle their services. Reviewers are calling the offer totes awesome, best deal ever, and yes.
Visit gta.net for details.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes. From caring for our land through the Adaki Itano program to generously supporting our local charities, Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Kidza Smaasi Matson.
Now you can choose your favorite Nissan rides and 30 flyaways on Philippine Airlines when you play Micronesia Mall's Your Best Choice giveaway. To play, present mall receipts to win a new Versa Note SR, the Crossover Rogue Sport SV, the Heritage Edition 370Z, or you can choose a tough Nissan truck. Plus, there are great instant prizes from Burger King and Foot Locker. Win more cars, trips, and prizes when you play Micronesia Mall's Your Best Choice giveaway.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. I'm pressed on time, so let's get right into your Darren's own Athlete of the Week. Check it out.
Friday business. Here, Dal Rentone and Aganya, my man Jack and the gang for the Athlete of the Week presentation. And this week, our Athlete of the Week, little Damien Oka. Congratulations, Damien.
Huh? Thank you.
All right, Damien plays for the Southern Cowboys Mandikiki Division. And my man Jack here with a special message for Damien.
Congratulations on being Dal Rentone Athlete of the Week. Who would you like to donate your check to?
All right, and now Coach Daddy Derek, who are you going to donate that money to?
We're going to give it back to the Southern Cowboys organization for letting him play in the team and letting him grow.
Well, there you go, man. And, what a player down here, Damien Oka. I mean, this guy, you run a lot of complicated plays there for the Mandikiki, the Cowboys, and that team able to pull these plays off. How's it feel to have them competing at such a young age?
Man, it feels good. I like to see them smile. I like to see them progress and work hard and do their jobs and see what happens at the end.
Coach Adam, I know, at this age, we're not keeping score. It's really just for the recreation and the fun of it. But I've seen you guys out there and a lot of the Mandikiki teams, not just with the Cowboys organization, but you guys running some complicated plays. How's it feel when it pays off and you get that score?
It feels great, man, especially with the kids being happy and being rewarded at the end. That's pretty much all the coaches ask for. And we're just happy for the progression. That's pretty much what it is.
There you go, Damien. What's your favorite part about playing football, bro?
Winning touchdowns.
There you go, winning touchdowns. I know you're making your grandpa proud, huh? Grandpa likes to come out to your games?
Yes.
And you're rocking that chain. You got that bling, huh?
Yes.
All right, so I know you guys had a great season. Anybody you want to throw out some thanks to?
Just the Cowboys, for giving us the opportunity to coach. It's our first year. That's about it.
And what's your plans for next season, Damien?
I don't know.
You going tackle? He's going to tackle, so we'll see.
All right, there you go. Rock them pads, bro. All right, here, Athlete of the Week, little Damien Oka, you watch out. Man, a lot of great things happening in the Guam National Youth Football Federation. Here, Dal Rento Nagano, my man, Jack. Jack, what you got cracking down here?
Clearance sale on all our items.
There you go, man. Clear it out, clear it out. Friday, business, woohoo!
KUAM Sports Athlete of the Week is brought to you by
the 2017 Guam Cocoa Half Marathon and Cocoa Kids Fun Run is set for October 28th and 29th. Last night there was a press conference held at the Guam Museum thanking sponsors for their support. The 12th Guam Cocoa Half Marathon also offers a 10K and 5K race distances. The race day weekend kicks off with the Kids Fun Run scheduled for October 28th at the Governor Joseph F. Flores Memorial Park down in Tumon. The half marathon 10K and 5K distances will be held on October 29th in Nagano, starting at the Chamorro Village. To register to get more information, email guamcocoroadrace.com.
It's really one of Guam's signature running events. So come on down. We've got a new race course. Plenty of time to register. Registration doesn't close until October 24th. Lots of cool giveaways, post-race party at Chamorro Village. So really a cool event.
Guam High wrapped up their 2017 IIAG High School cross-country season with the championship title in both the boys and girls races. The Panthers finished the regular season undefeated in both divisions. In the girls race, Guam High's Emma Sheedy crossed the line first overall with a time of 22:38. Teammate Shay Vick and Samaya Wilbanks finished second and third respectively with times of 22:55 and 22:59. On the boys' side, Guam High runner Isaac Ventura repeated as champion, finishing the course with a time of 17:47. Ventura edged out St. John's runner Takumi Simon, who crossed the line with a time of 18:08. St. Paul's Brandon Miranda crossed the finish line third overall at 18:34. The Panthers had 4 of the top 10 finishers at this year's All-Island meet. Thursday night football, Patriots pull off the win over the Bucs 19-14. Tom Brady 30 of 40 for 303 yards and a touchdown. Jameis Winston 334 yards passing on 26 of 46 attempts with a score. 3 missed field goals by Tampa Bay cost them the game. Danny Amendola 8 receptions for 77 yards. Patriots 2-0 on the road. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
Take on the unexpected with a car that could stop for you. Nissan Safety Shield Technologies, available in the Altima, Sentra, and Maxima.
Quarter pounder with cheese, now seared to be thicker and juicier. Only at McDonald's.
It's back. back and bigger than ever. The big deal is going on now at Triple J. 0 down, 1.9% financing plus a $500 Kmart gift certificate. Save big with deals like the Ford F-150 at $266 per paycheck, the Mazda CX-3 at $154, the Kia Optima at $169 per paycheck, or the Honda Accord at $193 per paycheck. Stop by today or visit us online at triplejguam.com and see print ads for details. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. Triple J, 33 years of putting customers first.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Happy birthday, Rockstar Brock Ratanani. Happy birthday, John Vincent JV Formoso. Happy birthday, Car Love the Pets.
Remember, you can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please be sure to include with your photo your name and birth date.
Now it's time to announce the winner of a yummy Cold Stone Creamery birthday cake, and this week's winner is
Hallie Derby, date of birth 10/4/2005.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Hallie. Happy birthday to you. A rep will be contacting you on how you can redeem your cake.
And that's going to do it for us here on the news desk, but stay tuned. Sabrina has extra next.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm Jason Salas, and my good friend Ben Servino joins